Good morning, anglers. Welcome to this week's Indian Lake Fishing Report, brought to you by Mike's Bait and Tackle, Route 235, Lakeview, Ohio. This week's report, I'm just going to touch on a few things and highlight a few things for you because that hot bite is on. The fall bite is kicking in, things are heating up, and it's getting good all over the lake. I've made a few notes here. Like I said, I just want to highlight and touch on a few things here. And things are getting good, folks. The weed cutter was dropped off the other day out in front of the Pro Bass shop. So you want to be aware of that. Be cautious. That area is getting cleaned up. And the weeds are dying off from the cooler temperatures on the water. I don't have an accurate water temperature this week. I couldn't find it. And it's been fluctuating back and forth. But my guess is the water temperature is going to be somewhere in the high 50s to low to mid 60s, somewhere right in that range there. October 1st. Okay, man. Fish It Forward from their September giveaway today, October 1st. Probably depending on what time is available for Tosh to do this giveaway. He's going to do his giveaway on Fish It Forward. Also, October 1st, that ACC crappie stick giveaway at Mike's Bait and Tackle is today. I can't tell you exactly what time that'll be. I would guess it would be later in the afternoon. So you might want to give Mike a call or stop by and see if you can still get one of them $5 raffle tickets to win that ACC crappie stick with the green matching reel from Shang-Lang. That's the heck of a setup, guys. I use that myself. I love it. It's nice. The Indian Lake Sawguy Slam is open. It's open on the Fish Donkey app, so you can download that and go in there and sign up if there's any spots left. The Sawguy, man, the Sawguy are starting to light up. Sawguy fishing's always good year round. You just have to work at it to get them. But right now, they're really heating up. And really, folks, anywhere all around that lake, anywhere you can find a spot to cast, you're going to find Sawguy. And if you study Sawguy's eyes are very, very sensitive. So it's not impossible to catch them during the daytime. You're probably going to catch them in murky water or a little shallower water, okay? Or I mean a little deeper water. But you can get them on windy points all around the islands. Moundwood is heating up. They're coming in there feeding in them channels on bait fish. So Moundwood's starting to be a hot spot for Sawguy. You're going to want to pay attention to Black Hawk, any of them channels that come in and go back out, okay? Use your vibes, your jerk baits, leeches, minnows under a bobber. Crankbaits work where you can run crankbaits without getting them hung up in weeds. It's getting good all over. So your best time for the Sawguy would be early morning or right before dark, maybe an hour before dark, into dark. Like I said, you know, they have sensitive eyes. So that bite's going to be hotter during those times. That southwest bank, like I said, is getting cleaned up. And it's also becoming a hot spot for them Sawguy. And not only the Sawguy, there's some very sizable perch being caught right there on that southwest bank. And they're being caught with minnows under a bobber. Black Hawk. Black Hawk's still on fire for perch, and the crappie are starting to come in there. Dream Bridge. Dream Bridge is always that area under the bridge, on both sides of the bridge, along the banks. That's always a hot spot. They're catching mixed bags there, and they're trolling for Sawguy, and they're getting nice Sawguy out of that area. White bass are still on fire in that area. let's not leave out Long Island and the game reserve. Long Island, I don't mention a lot because anymore it's really hard to get to. That place is growed up kind of back to there. If you're going back there by car, I remember when I was a kid, you could go back there and just park wherever you wanted and go fishing. And the property's been bought up and marked off. No trespassing, no parking. So I don't mention that a lot unless you're on a boat, but that is a great area for mixed bags back in there, and it produces a lot of fish. The game reserve, it is on fire right now. Jigging them lily pads for crappie. You're catching perch back there, bluegill. Things are really lighting up, folks. Mixed bag action, really, just about anywhere you go. Don't stay in one place too long. Explore the lake. I mean, a lot of people, this is why I see a lot of people go, man, I went fishing down there. They might have went fishing for an hour or something, didn't catch nothing, but they might have stayed in one spot. Move around. I mean, it's an adventure, man. That's all a part of the fun of fishing. It's called fishing for a reason. You're fishing, you're not catching. But I guarantee you're gonna catch fish if you move around a little bit. You could sit there all day with a bobber. You're probably gonna catch something, just by luck. To me, that's the weekend fisherman or whatever, or just the leisure fisherman, doing something just to have something to do. But if you want to increase your chances and your success, there's some things that you need to do. You need to move around a little bit and do some exploring. Saugey's being caught over by Orchard Island also. You go back there to Orchard Island, Post Office Island area. That's producing perch and saugeye. Like I said, folks, it's on, man, and it's only going to get better. And make sure you want to lighten your tackle up, man. If you're crappie fishing, use them smaller jigs and the smaller floats. Use the carrot floats. I've been fishing some other bodies of water too. I don't know if you watched the video from yesterday. If you didn't, go check out yesterday's crappie video. That fall bites on them. I was at a reservoir. I had a pencil bobber on and I was missing the crappie. And the bite was real finicky. So I went to a carrot float, and it just allowed me to see every little movement in my lining on that float, just the slightest little twitch. And they were on, man. You see that slightest little twitch, man, or something funky in your line, set that hook. You're going to increase the hookup rate on them. They, when they just start biting like this, they are finicky. And then other days, they might just hammer that, and the bobber's gone. But that's not the case right now. And you want to use a light line, 2, 4, 6 pound test, with a smaller jig, smaller float. And you're going to increase your success there. It's kind of like having a toolbox with the right tools. And it will help you. And throwing them little chub crankbaits for crappie work well too. And if you don't like using jigs, you like using them little cranks, they do work well. So find you a clear spot and work the bank lines and or alongside of any structure, anything like that. As far as the saugeye, get your favorite swim bait. That's a good place to start. And if you use a smaller swim bait, put a spinner on it. Put a blade on it. Take a beetle spin, rob a beetle spin blade, and put on a small swim bait, a small paddle tail. And mentioning beetle spins do work well for mixed bag panfish. So, guys, like I said, I just wanted to highlight on some different areas and a couple different things that was going on, because things are firing up all over the place. So make sure you stop and get you a mixture of minnows, crawlers, leeches, whatever. Get you 2 poles out there. If If you can handle, I couldn't handle 2 poles yesterday. I had to take one out, man. I was just losing way too many fish. But it was a great day where I was at. Caught bass and crappie. So guys, just get out there and have an enjoyable, safe day. Like I said, every day is a new adventure on the water. And if you don't get out and explore and find new places, you're not going to catch a lot of fish. You know, the fish move around. So that tells me you should probably move around also. And, you know, the wind, the current, there's a lot of things, the water pressure, the clouds, the clarity of the water. There's so many different factors that go into where the fish are going to be and how they're going to bite, or whether they're going to bite or not. And maybe we can get into some of that, you know, at a later date. When things start slowing down here, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do going into the winter months. So I'm thinking maybe I can get some baits from some bait makers and we can take a look at them, and we can probably get into the more technical side of fishing, you know, with the weather and stuff like that. But if you have any suggestions, comment down below what you'd like to see, you know, in these winter months. I've never been ice fishing. I've got offers to go ice fishing and film it, and I may do that if the weather's right and everything, that, you know, the timing's right with what I've got going on with me. And but like I said, you know, if there's something, you have some creative ideas on content, things you'd like to see this winter, comment down below. Let me know. You know, if I can do it, I sure will. I love the following. You got some great people on here. The comments are great. I ran into another subscriber the other day at the reservoir with his crappie fishing on the pier, and he handed me a bunch of tackle, little jigs, little spike tail or nail tail jigs, float, and some other stuff, some garlic balls, stuff he wanted me to try out and see how they work for me. I tried some of them jigs yesterday. They worked well. I caught a bunch of crappie on them. I kept switching up baits. I wanted to try out a bunch of different jigs. So, you know, and that's a part of what I do, you know, testing some stuff out and seeing how it works for me. I do have some favorites. There's, you know, a lot of jigs work well. I do have my favorites of what I think works better than others. Sometime I'll break them out probably this winter, you know, and, you know, give you a good shot of what I think works better, you know. But I don't think there's any bad bait, you know, but there are some that do work better than others for different reasons, and probably under different conditions also. So folks, make sure you stop by Mike's Bait and Tackle and get what you need. He's got everything you need to help you have a successful day out there on the lake. Be safe out there. If you have any questions, comment down below. I'll get back with you as soon as I can. And I hope to run into a bunch of you down there maybe this weekend. Tight lines, people.